The Nintendo NX has been announced and it is officially called the Nintendo Switch. I don't want to pat myself on the back too much, but it definitely seems like a lot of our predictions have rang true. But anyway, let's talk about 5 things you need to know from this announcement. First things first, as some rumors had suggested, the Nintendo Switch does use cartridges. This time around, they will be called game cards. They're similar to 3DS and PlayStation Vita cartridges, but they are different. They seem larger in size, and I'd like to think that the storage size is much larger. Like you'll see many things on this list, we still have a lot of questions about the game cards. Like I said, what exactly the storage size is, how fast it is, and whether or not there will still be a focus on a digital store and digital games. I think it's safe to assume that, but it's nice to have cartridges as an alternative. And at number 4, the Nintendo Switch will be running on the Nvidia Tegra chip. This is a custom-built system on a chip configuration based on Nvidia's Tegra line of mobile graphics processors. Quote-unquote, it is also supported by fully custom software including a revamped physics engine, new libraries, and advanced game tools. Nvidia additionally created new gaming APIs to fully harness this performance. One thing to note, Digital Foundry has pointed out from dev kits that the cooling system on the Nvidia Tegra chip for Nintendo Switch is much different based on the Tegra chip based on the Nvidia Shield. The difference in cooling suggests that the Nintendo Switch version of the chip is clocked at faster speeds. We don't know for sure, that's definitely just speculation, but what you do need to know is that the Tegra chip is not the most powerful thing in the world. Do not expect this console to compete with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One or even PC. It'll most likely be comparable to graphics on the Nvidia Shield, which a few years ago did target games to look as well as they did on PS3 and 360, which isn't really that impressive. Maybe we can expect Nintendo to work some development magic here and there, and it's definitely too early to really judge the graphical power until we see something running, because games do look pretty good in the trailer, but we have no way of really knowing for sure yet. And at number 3, you need to know that the Nintendo Switch will have multiple controller options at launch. This definitely seems to be the selling point. I mean, hell, the logo for the Nintendo Switch is basically the controllers. In the reveal trailer, players are seen using the console's Joy-Con grip, which, yes, that's what they're actually calling this thing. It's being used when it's plugged into the TV, but then sliding them off and attaching them to the screen when they go mobile. They can also be used as detached handheld devices, sharing them with another player to play, for example, to play 2-player Mario Kart. Then there's also going to be a more traditional style Switch Pro controller, which is very similar to the Wii U Pro controller, but the analog sticks are just placed in a much more correct place this time, and it looks like a nice, comfortable controller. You should also know that the mobile version of the controller with the screen does have stereo speakers, a headphone jack, I'm looking at you, Apple, and a built-in microphone. My ultimate question lies with, yes, the design of this controller with its multiple configurations looks very nice, but is it going to be comfortable? Because it doesn't look very ergonomic. And at number 2, third-party developers have already hopped on board. The developers and publishers confirmed to be on Nintendo's Switch bandwagon include Activision, THQ Nordic, the Pokemon Company, WB Games, Capcom, Platinum Games, Bethesda, Konami, From Software, just to name a few. There's a full list, and ultimately I'd like to really just believe that these developers are working on new innovative games to take advantage of this hardware. That being said, honestly, this list could just be a bunch of developers that agreed to have a development kit, and they could just be porting their games over. Hell, they showed a lot of Bethesda's Skyrim running on this thing, and that's really exciting, although it is an older game. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. The Wii U started off strong with a bunch of third-party support, which quickly dropped off. I really hope Nintendo learned from their mistakes this time around and have a more solid and plentiful third-party offering, because Nintendo themselves can't make their own games quick enough. And at number 1, the most important thing you need to know about, and the thing everyone's going to be talking about with the Nintendo Switch, is the fact that it's portable. As our rumors have suggested, the Switch is a portable tablet system with a home docking station that you can use with your TV. The difference in power and graphical fidelity when used in the portable mode isn't really known at this point. Some rumors have actually suggested that the docking system doesn't add any additional power, but the whole design does look very clean and interesting. I like it, and it seems to work very nice. The dock does supply power, TV outputs, and charging, and Nintendo has also confirmed Amiibo compatibility, so that's great. Now all that money I wasted isn't so wasted, I guess. My mom's still embarrassed. My dad's still disappointed. But I think you should know that it's on record that, and I quote, "The dock is not the main console unit of the Nintendo Switch. The main unit of the Nintendo Switch is the unit that has the LCD screen. You know, the thing that the 2 Joy-Con controllers can be attached to and detached from. The main function of the Nintendo Switch dock is to provide an output to the TV as well as charging and providing power. Like I mentioned, nothing about boosting graphical power or fidelity for the home console TV version of the game. So that leads to my final point. I think this console is very exciting. It seems a little bit less based on gimmicks than Nintendo offerings in the past, and the focus here is truly just games and how you play them. I do think that there are a ton more questions now than we've ever had before with this thing, even when it was just a giant floating rumor, and I'm looking forward to those questions being answered soon. But these are the facts facts you need to know as of right now, the day of the console's official announcement. But hey, also, we got a release date, March 2017, not too far away. Can't wait to see what the price is. But enough about my questions. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments what you think about the Nintendo NX. If you haven't really been paying attention, I hope this list gave you the basics of what it actually is and what came from the announcement. But I also would like to know what you think about it. Are you interested? Are you cautiously optimistic, or do you just hate it? Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch down in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. I'll also be talking about it on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jake Baldino as well. But you guys know the deal. Clicking the like button helps us out a ton. We appreciate it so much. And subscribing if you're new is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.